Hi, welcome to Grow New Plants. So today I'm going to do an experiment with some fig cuttings. So I get asked a lot about, do you really need rooting hormone? I mean, I've used it in almost all of my cuttings, but people ask me, say, do you really need rooting hormone? And then I also get asked a lot, do you really need to score the bottoms of the cuttings before you stick them? And I've been using rooting hormone on 90% of my fig cuttings, and I do score 90% of mine. Whether it's needed or if it's better or worse, I don't really know for sure. I know I'm getting good results, so I've been just sticking with what I know works. But I'm gonna do an experiment. I had a friend of mine had a huge brown turkey fig tree, and he pruned it back the other day. He brought me a bunch of cuttings, so I got tons of cuttings here. So I'm gonna make 25 cuttings out of these brown turkey figs, and I'm gonna do 6 different varieties of cutting, 6 different ways of doing it. I've got Hormodin 3, which is a 8% IBA, and then I've got Clonex, which is a 3% IBA. Sorry, it's 0.8%, 0.3%. And then I've got this Take Root, which is just a cheap one like you can get at Walmart or Home Depot or Lowe's or something, and it's 0.1%. So I got 0.1, 0.3, and 0.8. So I'm gonna do 6 cuttings in each, I'm gonna do 6 cuttings with this, 6 cuttings with this, 6 with this, and 6 with no rooting hormone at all. And then out of those 6, I'm gonna score 3 of them, or score half or 3 of them, and I'm not gonna score the other 3. So we're gonna have really 8 different ways. We're gonna have no rooting hormone with no scoring, no rooting hormone with a scoring, and then same thing with each of these different rooting hormones. And then once I get all my cuttings cut down to size and everything, I'm gonna try and get my cuttings as equal as I can for each variety, for each method. So you can't say, well, that was a better cutting than the other one was. I'm gonna try and match them up as best that I can. And then I'm gonna treat them, and then I'm gonna stick them, and then we're gonna come back. I'm gonna do this as a 2-part video. It's gonna be too long doing it all in one. But so I'll come back and do a results video in probably about a month to 5 weeks. So I'm gonna get set up, and I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting my cuttings down to size, and then I'm gonna take them inside, and I'm gonna sanitize them with a hydrogen peroxide solution, and then I'll mark them with my paint pen, and then we'll get started sticking them. Okay, I'm back. So I've got all these things marked. I wrapped them with parafilm. I cleaned them, made fresh cuts on the ends. They're all ready to be stuck, other than just the rooting hormone, and then to make the cuts on them. So I'm gonna start out using the Clonex because I haven't done this previously, but I'm going to from now on. Is I'm gonna allow the Clonex to have time to dry. So I'm gonna pick out the ones of the Clonex. They're gonna get cut first. That's a plain Clonex, that's a plain Clonex, that's a cut, that's a cut. So I'm gonna cut the ones that are supposed to be cut. So I go on the opposite side of the node here, and I just make a cut. And you're mainly just cutting through that cambium layer. So right in here, in theory, and I've seen videos where it does work, and we're gonna pull some of these up and actually look. They should make some roots along there. And then another thing that I usually do is that just in this area that's going to be underground, and I don't mess with the nodes, but I just kind of scrape them like that a little bit just to injure them a little bit. Double check. Clonex cut, yep. I'll make a little cut, a couple scrapes like that. I've been doing that, and it's been working good. Now granted, I have not pulled a cutting out and see if the roots actually generated at these cuts or not, but we're going to do that because I've got so many cuttings of these brown turkeys, it's not going to matter. So some of these I'm going to sacrifice and pull up and look at them. So I'm putting on the Clone-X with a paintbrush. So I'm just going to cover that whole bottom section there in the tip. And the reason I'm doing these first is I'm going to give these a little bit of time to dry. Make sure I get it on the ends. All right, so there's the Clone-X applied to that one. So we're going to set these to the side and let them dry. And the Clone-X again was the 0.3%. So we're going to take all the Clone-X and set them to the side. And then we're going to do these here. This is just a brown turkey. I got 4 of the regular brown turkeys with basically we're doing nothing to those. Brown turkey cut, brown turkey cut, brown turkey. So these 4 here I'm doing nothing to. These here I'm just going to cut. I'm not putting any rooting hormone on these. So if these 7, I had an odd number, so one of them is going to have 4, which is going to be just the plain, to see whether these things will do just as well with doing nothing to them, just sticking them in dirt. So these 3 here are cut brown turkeys. So we can go ahead and stick these. So that's just a plain, I got it marked BT for brown turkey. I'm sorry, that is a BTC. Yeah, it's a BTC, which means it's a brown turkey, nothing on it, but it is cut. So we'll stick those 3 in there, and these, or those 3, there's 4 of these. So these are regular brown turkeys, no cut, no rooting hormone or anything. So that's basically just a cutting, wrapped with parafilm and stuck in the dirt. And you know what? I would be perfectly happy if those root just as good or better than anything else, because it's easier. It's easier, it's cheaper. Not much to that. Okay, so let's go on back to our Clone-X now. The Clone-X is still a little bit wet. We'll do those last. We'll give those a chance to dry. So the next ones we have here are the ones with a Hormodin 3. This is the strongest one. The IBA is the strongest. It's 0.8%. So let's find the ones that are cut. That's a cut, that's a cut, that's a cut. These are just going to have rooting hormones with no cuts. So we'll make a cut on this one. Just scar that up a little bit. And also all of these have pretty much a fat cutting, a thin cutting, and the tip cutting. So I tried to make them, you know, to make everything as even as I can possible. I didn't want to give like all fat cuttings to one group and one thin cuttings to the other group, so I mixed them up. So they all should be, I went through and sorted all these, and to find, that's got 2 tags on it for some reason. Probably just accidentally put 2 tags on it, but they both say the same thing. So these are the cut ones, and scarred up. Okay, and then these will not get cut, but they will get the rooting hormone. So I'm going to put the rooting hormone on all of these. And I just put it in there and tap it on the jar, which is just a real light coating. I do know this. I have had some that rotted where I got the rooting hormone on too thick, and that did cause me an issue. It's like it collects too much moisture around that. I guess it's whatever the inert ingredient in these things is, but it did cause me some issues. So I'm real careful now to put it on very light, put it on there, tap it off. Okay, so those are the 3 that were cut. These are the 3 with just the Hormodin 3, but no cuts on them. That's just nothing but rooting hormone. That's the fat cutting. This is the thin cutting. And like I said, I tried my best to equal these things out, and this is a tip cutting here. Okay, so that's all the Hormodin ones. So now we're going to use the take root, and this is the one that is 0.1. This is the lowest one, and I've actually used this quite a bit and had pretty good success with it. So I don't know, it's possible this other stuff, with a higher IBA percentage, may be too hot. I don't know, we're going to find out. So these are the take root cut. I don't know why we keep saying take root. So these are the take root with no cut, so we need to cut these 3. Scar it up a little. Make a cut opposite the node. Scar it up a little. Cut opposite the node. And scar it up a little bit. Okay, so now we're ready to put the 1% take root. Again, put it on there real light. Tap it up against the side. Nice thin coating on there. So I used to do some of these too. I'd put what you call a dibble to kind of make a hole to go in there with it first. But this mix is so light and airy, I really haven't found that it's really that necessary. All right, so these are the take root without cuts on them. So it's no cut, but it has the take root rooting hormone on it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you want to see the results on this thing, subscribe and hit the little bell notification, and that way when a new video comes out, you'll get a notification on it too. And that way when I put out the conclusion to this video out, you'll get notified of it and you'll see it. Okay, so that leaves everything but the Clone-X. So the Clone-X has had some time to dry. It's not completely dry, but I think it's going to be fine. So these are the ones. These are a cut one. Find the other cut ones. That's a cut one. Oh, my tag came off that one. It's pretty skinny. Put my tag back on there. I tried marking these things and all my markers are dried up, so I'm gonna have to get some new markers. I like marking these on the cuttings themselves, but my markers dried up on me, so I got to get some new ones. So this is the third one of those that's cut, and then it has the Clone-X on it. And then, oh, you know what I did? I did not put the Clone-X on the uncut ones. So I'm just going to paint it on real thin and go ahead and just stick it on there, stick it in there. It's not really going to have a chance to dry. But I'll put it on nice and thin where it's not going to be too bad. I put them in there wet before and it really didn't cause me an issue. So I think it'll be fine. But I have seen a lot of people that use the Clone-X. They say, yeah, and that's the whole thing, man, with all this stuff. Everybody's got an opinion. Okay, so that's the Clone-X with no cut. So I'm hoping like 4 to 6 weeks. I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna put them inside on my grow shelves. And if you watch my other video, I got my other videos on how I make my soil, how I prepare the soil, how I grow them inside on my grow lights, all that stuff. I've got videos that show all of that. And I'll link those videos down in the bottom of this video where you can go watch those if you want to. But I'll take these, I'll put them inside on my grow shelves. I got 5000 K lights on the grow shelves, and I got heat mats underneath them, keep them at around. The room stays pretty warm anyway, so the heat mats don't do a whole lot, but if the room does get cold, it keeps the bottom heat on these at around 76 to 78 degrees, which is just about perfect. It's been working for me so far. But so anyway, I'm going to take these, sit them inside, and then we'll be back in 4 to 6 weeks and we'll see what they look like. And then we'll take some of these and we'll pull them up and we'll see what the roots look like. So we can get a really good idea on what works and what doesn't work with these things. I appreciate you watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you get notified when the follow-up to this video comes out. Thank you.